Well, it's not the best of mornings for showing you around. There's quite a heavy mist this morning. It's very close again. I'm standing on what used to be known as Powder Mill Hill. I'm right beside a signpost which says Woolley, half a mile. The community of Woolley, half a mile across the valley on the other side. Despite the mist, I have been here during clearer days, and I will use some of those images to illustrate the story I'm about to tell you. Powder Mill Hill, yeah, down the bottom there's a little collection of houses. Once upon a time there were two corn mills there, and then along came four merchant businessmen from Bristol in the 17th century and converted the corn mills into a powder mill, a place for manufacturing gunpowder. Now, three of those merchants were slave traders. Gunpowder was a bartering tool, barrels of it shipped from Bristol across to West Africa and traded for slaves to be then taken across to the plantations in the Americas, the so-called triangular trade. So this little complex at Woolley, 3 miles north of Bath, was playing its part in that particular trade. The barrels would be taken by horse and cart out through Tadwick to Tog Hill and on to Bristol. Now, this was quite a dangerous occupation, manufacturing gunpowder, and this is one of quite a few modules scattered around Bristol, and obviously put in places where if there were explosions, not too much damage was done, the bottom of a valley being a pretty good place. The British Gazette on January the 23rd, 1724, announced that 4 people had been killed and 2 others badly wounded following an explosion here at the Woolley gunpowder mills. 2 of the deceased's arms were ripped off by the force of the explosion. Sorry about that. 2 of them, Edward Roberts and Daniel Workman, were buried on the 7th of January at Swainswick. It wasn't all bad news, though, because there was another newspaper report talking about the burial of James Scrine at Walcott. He was buried in 1797, aged 80, having spent 50 years of his life working here at the Woolley gunpowder mill. So there we have it, another connection between Bath and the slave trade. These mills didn't last too long. The abolition of the slave trade, America producing its own gunpowder, brought an end to this business. There's not much to show for it now. I think there is one building down there called Mill Cottage, and I think there are a few mills, stone mills, the grinding mills, the wheels. What are they called? You know, the millstones, that's it. It is early in the morning, still survive down there too. So if anybody knows anything more about this story, please do let me know. But there we are. I've brought you out early in the morning mist to hear about the gunpowder mills at Woolley. Have a great day.